Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode on Doctor Who and Autism celebrations series to celebrate the 60th anniversary. And today I'm joined with Ryan, and me and Ryan know each other from TikTok. I think we've been in a live before together on there, so we know a little bit about each other. We both like Doctor Who. And yeah, it's gonna be really cool to chat to Ryan today. So Ryan, it's great to have you on today. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. For anyone who doesn't know much about you, would you mind just doing a little brief introduction of yourself?
I'm originally from California, live in Wisconsin. I Doctor Who fan in my late 40s.
Yeah. So with Doctor Who, you looking forward to the 60th?
I am.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be
think one thing
exciting.
I'm looking for 60th the most is seeing Wilford.
Yeah, me too.
Will, I mean, sure, it's just going to be a little cameo, but I'm glad to just hoping to see him one more time.
Yeah, like I think it's this week. He it's a year. Since he
Yeah,
passed away. So, um, like they haven't confirmed anything, but we know he's in it. David Tennant said he's in it, so it's gonna be really cool to see him one last time.
yeah, we're better off not seeing anything until then.
Yeah, yeah. It leaves lots of surprises, and everything.
I mean, we probably get. I'm hoping we get the finish of Donna's story arc.
Yeah, yeah.
That was undone.
Do you feel she's gonna
He needs memories
die?
back. He needs.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting how Donna's story kind of concludes and ends.
Right, and that's fitting. I mean, we're bringing David back. He needs to be done. Whatever number you're doctoring him,
Yeah.
number of doctor he is.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting how it all finishes for them. Um,
Yeah, and then we're gonna get new characters and introduction. It's gonna be interesting. I'm just trying to keep myself as surprised as possible without getting much spoilers on it.
yeah. Yeah. Me too. Like I like getting there's certain things they have to tell us. They couldn't keep that a secret. But it was a big secret actually when Jodie with the 13th Doctor regenerated into David Tennant. I didn't expect that.
No, well, I wanted not to expect it. It was spoiled for me.
Mm.
I just turned on social media and it was right there, and it wasn't even aired yet in the U.S.
Oh.
Like, thanks for ruining it for me, but I mean, I kind of expected it
Yeah, you kind of do, don't you?
just because. I mean, it's a. I'll tell you this though, it feels like a low move, but at the same time, it's needed because we need to get people back interested in Doctor Who. And what best way is bring David back or Matt, but David's a good choice for that.
Yeah, like really, even thinking about it before the regeneration, like it would have been a bit much for Shooty to take on the 60th on his own when he hasn't had his own series yet or anything.
Right, and that's kind of like I felt with the 50th with Claire. I felt like it was awkward for her to be a new companion. She's only been a companion like 2 episodes before that, and it felt like it was a lot on her shoulders. I mean, that's why we had so many doctors that helped. But
Yeah, I did like the 50th though. I think that was a good.
oh, it was a good one. Yes, yeah, and like the 50th, we got to tease who the the next Doctor would be, and I know we're going to get that with the 60th.
Yeah. We get more. We get longer time with the 60th. Really.
Yeah, so it's a three-parter, right?
Yeah,
An
3
hour
episodes.
each.
Yeah, an hour each episode, so 3 hours in total.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot to soak in. I'm sure it's like individual story, but like serialized, which is good because we need that for a big return
Yeah.
plus
Um,
anniversary.
I'd like to think that each episode will be. I don't know. It's going to be interesting how long they apart these 3 episodes.
It will be. I'm yeah. So they're gonna start on the 60th anniversary, right? So the 23rd of November.
Yeah. So the start that'll be one of the days, but I wouldn't think they'll do one after the other. Um, I'd think they'd
Right.
want to wait at least a week,
Yeah.
but you don't know. Yeah,
If it's going to be 3 weeks, that would be fine because then you're getting close to Christmas,
Hmm?
and the last thing David needs is another Christmas special.
Yeah, I think that the Christmas will be Shooty's first proper episode anyway. Um,
Oh, is he going to start on Christmas?
well, he's going to be in the 60th Shooty, but his first proper one will be the Christmas
So they're doing a
episode.
Christmas special.
Yeah, they're doing a Christmas one this year. Because in a photo that the BBC Doctor Who released, it was him there like a tangerine, like the Christmassy kind of stuff. So yeah, it kind of gives it away. They haven't confirmed it at Christmas, but they confirmed it's a festive.
Fine.
Um, but yeah, I have missed the Christmas specials.
There's going to be a lot of Doctor Who going on
Yeah,
when that happens.
yeah, from November onwards.
When are they going to? So he'll be doing a Christmas special. So that going to be the start of the fourth?
I
Oh
think,
no. Well, no, because the 60s would have to be the start of the 14th season, right?
yeah, I'd think so. I think it would all be classed as the 14th season,
Or
really,
series.
really, because like the because it's a weird one because last time the 50th there was a regeneration after it. That's the difference this time that we've had the
Yeah,
regeneration.
the 50th, then the Christmas, yeah, it goes back into let's not have a new doctor on the new episode. So, yeah, because the 50th ended, and then the next episode was Christmas Town,
Yeah, yeah,
our town called whatever those episodes called.
yeah. It's also
That was Matt's last. It was such a beautiful ending for him.
yeah.
But that was
I
Matt's
did
last.
like that. I did like Matt's last episode. Um,
It
oh,
fit him well, definitely.
yeah, and he was in the
Um,
next episode
Also,
briefly.
for a while, it felt like that was the last time we are going to see River.
Yeah, for a while, and then she came up and the wedding, the husbands of
That's the
Riverside.
episode. There were 2 episodes after the 60th, 50th.
Um, yeah, there was. I think so.
There was.
Yeah, but this time, I just think it will all be in series 14. I don't think it will be series 13.
Right after it starts a new series.
Yeah, the 13th series kind of
I
finished.
think 13 should end on 13. That's just good.
Yeah, they they ended it with Jodie, and then this will be series 14
Wrong.
from from the specials, from the free specials, and then they go straight into the Christmas special. and then you've got Series 14 whenever that decides to start next year.
Right. Well, the special is going to be attached. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be attached to it, but not directly called Series 14. Well, they'll probably be
That's fine.
in it. Yeah,
We're
very, very exciting though.
okay. So I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, because that I know we had a couple of, but there was that one last River episode we had. So we're going. Yeah, series 7 was no, it was not that.
Series
Yeah,
7.
series 7 was the last of the Ponds,
Yeah, that was Matt Smith's last one, Series 7.
and it was the last of no, so we went from the 50th anniversary to the time of the Doctor. It was before that. It was before the 50th anniversary that we last saw River. The episode before the name of the Doctor.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, it was. So you had the name of the Doctor, the day of the Doctor, the name of the Doctor, then the time of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Lots of the Doctor.
Right, and then you throw in the power of the Doctor, which seems like it should be part of that list because that was the last. So, actually, I want to now down here. Let's see if they're all on this. Anyways, yeah, Power of the Doctor's on this on HBO now, or Max, whatever we call it.
Yeah. Yeah, the power. What did you think of the power of the Doctor? Did you like
It
that
was
episode?
I felt like it did feel like an anniversary special,
Yeah.
but it was a fitting ending for Jodie as well. Now, there's some people that I know that got upset that she didn't get a speech. Like, no, she doesn't get a. She's not a speech person,
Well, she's not a
not
talker,
a
really.
long speech person, you know, and
No.
that's good. That's her character. She's always, she's moving too quickly,
Yeah.
and
Like,
we've already had so many speeches. Like, just it kind of like I don't like long goodbyes myself. So let's
no,
just go.
I don't either. Like, I swear, Peter
No,
Capaldi
just
took
go.
5-6 minutes.
Like I felt like Peter was the last one, and that one was like a little too long, giving a speech to himself
Yeah, that was a
or
long
to
one.
Jodie. It was a long one, but
He must have rehearsed that very well.
he had. I mean, he was just talking to himself. I think that what makes the speeches really work for me, and I think it just worked best with Matt, is that he was talking to Clara about as he's doing that speech. So
Yeah.
Jenny Coleman and Matt were bouncing back and forth, and even Karen Gillan was in that, and the only one who actually had hair was Jenny. But I mean, if they're having a speech and they're not talking to anybody, like it's kind of like, okay, are you breaking the fourth wall or not?
Yeah, it's come to that. It's come to just talking to yourself.
Which Doctor kind of does. He's pretty good at it. Like that speech where he does with Mozart, trying to explain. So it was some theory called the belt, I believe it was called, where you go back in time and the Mozart wasn't there, so you made all the music for him, and you become Mozart.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did. That was to me that felt like because he was talking to us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
He was.
horrible.
I think the beautiful was regeneration with Jodie's though, because you actually at the TARDIS and you see the scenery.
I loved her little I have to rewatch that episode because there's some questions I had. But her little just tag her it. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, and then taking it back to David Tennant. Yeah, um,
I
but
mean,
very cool.
it's going to be interesting to see Russell T Davis writing again.
Yeah,
Just don't give him any family episodes, and I'll be all right.
yeah. Like he likes to break people's hearts.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
He's very good at it. Yeah. Um, that's that. That's why I don't think Donna's gonna survive. I think she's going to die. That's my opinion. I don't think she's gonna survive.
Oh,
But I want her to. I really do. I want her to get that happy ending that she needs.
yeah, she needs a happy ending. I mean, I think Rose does need to, but she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's got the Doctor Who ripoff, and she's fine.
Yeah, but I kind of think that the part of this could be involved around the meta crisis Doctor. Um, after 60.
But I don't feel like fans have let uh, the whole memory wipe go because it's mentioned a lot throughout after that. Like, how would you like it if you lost these? These are the best things I had in my life. Because Bill Potts has a speech about it. It's like, I want to lose my memories. What if somebody did that to you? How would you feel?
Yeah, and he
And
thought about that. He thought about Donna, I reckon, at that point, and
he thought about Donna and he thought about Clara.
yeah,
Clara wiped his memory of him, of her.
yeah. But I think
He got
he'll
it back.
remember it. I think he will remember if he had to. But yeah, I kind of think the hand might have something to do with it. I want the hand to have something to do with it, like the Doctor's hand and the jar.
Me too.
Yeah, because you've
I
got
do.
one.
I've already have. Well, I guess I have theories in terms of, but
Yeah.
I think the hand has already had. I mean, the hand has his own story arc. You know that's pretty weird. Rob has a story arc.
Yeah.
I want to know how the. See, I want to know how Captain Jack found the hand, darted up, carried it around for a while. It was a centerpiece of Torchwood.
Yeah, it was literally there. And
It was
then
a
I thought,
centerpiece of Torchwood, and then there's like the hand was prepping to make a second Doctor from Donna from the beginning of that episode by doing stuff wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Was Journey's End.
yeah, Johnny's End, yeah.
From the part one, the hand is pretty handy.
Yeah. The hand growing to someone. Um, but
Yeah,
the Doctor, but yeah, I think I think Martha will be. I got a feeling that Martha could show up because
I would love to see Martha, but I don't know how she feels about the actress feels about Doctor Who anymore.
I think she what would like to. I think she said I heard her say at a panel that she said that she feels like her character is unfinished and still needs work.
Her writing her off with Mickey was not probably not the best move.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of her running like unit
Yeah, I
or a
think
second
that
unit.
that's where she could come in into
I like the idea. Like she should be
the
maybe
boss.
next time. the council. I'm calling the council of companions, like we saw in The Power of the Doctor.
Yeah.
I think she would be run to help run that. Mickey Smith, the actor who played Mickey Smith, he wasn't doing very good things. The character has to be like killed off or written off in a way that makes sense.
Well, they wouldn't have to do anything because I guess they
They
would
don't
have
have to
to
show it,
mention it.
no. Huh?
I don't think they would have to mention Mickey because I guess Martha would just move on with her life like 15 years on.
Well, they don't have to mention him even by name. So I had this husband, and they could be very um general about it, and that works. That works great for
Yeah,
in that.
yeah. I feel I feel like they got some good possibilities in the 60th from who they can bring back.
I look forward to more. Also looking forward to what spin-off ideas they have. Like I think Joe Grant is supposed to have her own show. Like she's supposed to take over for like bring back um the Sarah Jane Adventures, but her taking over the story. So it'd be like
Yeah,
the
that'd be
Grant died
nice. It would be nice for
because she
her.
had kids of her own that were in the Sarah Jane Adventures. She had a daughter or a son, I can't remember.
Yeah, Luke. I think they got
And she's
Luke.
got the Sonic, which I don't know if you added that to your Sonic list.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's so many Sonics.
So here's the thing, like, do you know who Straw Hat Goofy is?
Heard.
He started he's getting watching Doctor Who getting ready for the 60th, and he just found out that there's a black doctor, a female doctor before there was Shooty. Yeah, like nobody talks about her. The fugitive doctor. Nobody talks about it. I think that's the one issue that we need to talk about. But where does she fit? She doesn't have a number, so we don't know where to put her.
Yeah, that is a problem because that was
We're
never
stuck on
told.
the numbers.
Because really, like the War Doctor didn't get a number, but we kind of know where the War Doctor fits in. If it kind of fits
He's
in,
7. Sorry, he's 8.5.
yeah, he kind of, yeah, 8.5. But yeah, the future of Doctor, like, obviously, it could
What are we
possibly,
gonna do?
it,
-2 Doctor when it comes to like trying to figure out who the Doctor was before.
it could be like a few Doctors ahead.
So
So I don't know. She could be the 20th Doctor, perhaps. I don't know.
the whole timeless child story arc needs to be fixed. I think it's just doesn't. I'm worried that it's going to get worse, not better.
Do you think Russell T Davies will leave it, or do you think he'll do anything onto that?
I kind of hope he leaves it alone for a while, at least a year,
Yeah.
and then can have a discussion about it. I think we need to get to know, because there's that fog watch is in the TARDIS somewhere, but we really need to get to know Ishuti as an actor. I don't know anything about. I don't never seen the actor do anything. I never watched any of his programs.
Hmm.
So, and I don't really want to until I see it. I want to just be kind of fresh eyes. I don't want to have this pre notion this is how he's going to act.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I've seen him. I've seen him in something. Shooty.
yeah, I hear he's in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I know he's in that.
But um, But anyways, I think we need to get to know the Doctor a year before we get to like some really hard stuff. The Doctor's
Yeah.
been for a lot. Lost Gallifrey after getting it back for a few years. The Doctor's been through a lot. We need the Doctor to survive more,
He needs
like have
to.
more full part to maybe somehow return Gallifrey. Because I don't, in my mind, if the Masters can survive, so can Gallifrey. But
What I'd like to see happen is no Timeless Child for, like you say, a Lisa series. No Gallifrey for a Lisa series. No Master for a Lisa series. Um,
well, you didn't have Gallifrey until, I mean, from the original classics, you don't get Gallifrey even mentioned until the very, very last episode of the second Doctor. For 6 years, nobody just, and there's a few times where you don't know that the Doctor says my heart and not hearts, and it's a slow progress of the story. And I'm not comparing, saying that they have to do, but like that, but we can have a period of time without discussing all these things. Yeah, we're going to say the Doctor's from Gallifrey, but we need to really have like whole episodes about trying to find it.
yeah.
I mean, do we need to forget about the planet called Time? I don't know. I haven't got to that part where I'm rewatching Jodie. I've watched her all once through, and I have to watch it a second time for some of this to make sense.
Yeah, like a
I think
lot.
she's under.
The last series was okay. Um, the start of it was good. I liked the first few episodes, and then it just got really complicated. And I think 6 episodes was never going to be enough. But
There's a lot.
even
Uh,
before that series started, there was a lot that other stuff that needed to be told. We still didn't know really when the future of Doctor was in the second series of Jodie. We needed to know who she was in that second series, and we didn't.
there's a lot. Here's the thing: like, still a lot of story arcs that we may never get to know. Like Susan, we may never know what happened to Susan.
Hmm?
Maybe it's. I'm sure it's in the audio or whatever, but we may never know what happened to Susan or Jenny. I know there's audiobooks about her, but we may not know about those. And it's kind of like the Doctor has to have this certain amount of mystery about the character.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes the joy. I remember seeing, like, I didn't want to see Gallifrey for the 50th anniversary, but I did. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted it still to be a mystery, and we saw enough of it that I feel like it's still a mystery what Gallifrey really is.
Yeah, the 50th was kind of just revolving on the Time War, really. Um,
Yeah,
it was just revolving on the Time War. And there was no major threat. In my opinion, Zygons are not a fretful, not really a massive fretful enemy.
I don't know. They're Doctor Who's versions of
But
the Zygons. I remember Zygons. Whatever.
yeah, but
Marvel's Marvel's got what for the Secret Invasion.
yeah, but
Anyways,
I'm I missed the mid-season to be continued episodes. I would like to have the to be continued
I kind
ones.
of like that, but as long as I can just skip past, um, as long as the episode, like, those are great. I love the mid-season two-part episodes. I just don't know why they have to each have two different titles. We went for a lot of that for a while. Some of them don't. Like, the blood, where the doctor talks about pairs, but that's in the outtakes. We will all be done with the yickety doo dibbity dup.
Yeah.
That one had two titles, anyways, and I can't. I just got to look up one. I mean, it's great. You can look up either title and find both parts if you're searching for.
Yeah. Like so, like you got part one, part two, like you did for like End of Time. You actually that's called that's actually the same name as in the first part when you don't get
I
that
mean,
all the time.
what we just talked about before, though, like there's the day of the doctor, time of the doctor, right? They all are different parts, but there are similar titles that fit in.
Yeah.
What I really liked, we could go back to the power of the doctor. What I liked what they did is having all these classic doctors, even um, David Bradley, who's the third version of the first Doctor, is his role, and they did it in such a way like, oh yeah, you've aged, you're a hologram, so it's what my mind thinks of you as now. They
Yeah.
had a way to do that. I felt like they did all those doctors so well and so respectfully. By putting them all on the screen like that and having them meet their companions, it just, for me, seeing that, like, that's just like, I like to see more of that for like an anniversary special, but maybe not this one at this point, you know?
Yeah. It's gonna be
Because what I
difficult.
see doesn't look like it's gonna be fitted, and that's good.
Like I don't see I like but we don't know what the story's gonna be about. Like we don't have a Scooby Doo, so you never know what they'll do. But I think they would try and get as many as that they can for a 60th because they don't. Most of them
Well,
may not be able to do it in another 10
I,
years' time.
part of me would love to see the Pawns back together with Matt, but at the same time, if it doesn't if it doesn't make sense to the story, it just it won't grab me enough.
Yeah, like the thing I can see happening in the 60th is like because the 14th, like you know when we saw the shooty say, "What the hell's going on here?" What I think's happening in that scene is the 14th Doctor is having regeneration trouble, where he regenerates into Shooty and goes back to the 14th Doctor. They keep swapping, and then what I think happens if they're
Back and forth.
separated. Yeah, and then they somehow get separated, and then that's what I think happens. And they're actually speaking to each other. That's what I think happens there, and potentially when that's happening, they could get I don't know the 11th Doctor, the 12th Doctor even. They are the two probably highest
Well, yeah, that'd be a
possibilities.
great thing to get like a. It's got to be more than just like a quick cameo, but yeah,
Yeah, that's what I could think could work. I don't think the older Doctors, Paul McGann maybe a bit more because he does not doesn't look much different, but like you could. But I think the older Doctors, I think this is more of a special for. I think you do have older classic Who elements in it. I think Susan perhaps could be in there somehow. Um, but
Well,
but you never know. I think they're gonna try even it out.
Susan needs a whole story,
Yeah, even out the
and
whole story.
I think that should be some sort of 60th anniversary.
Yeah,
It's still around that place, Susan.
yes. So the character plays Susan. I think perhaps it, because the Doctor doesn't know who he is anymore, and Susan, there's no one better than Susan who actually knows who the Doctor is. So
You know, one of my favorite things that the Doctor goes through is the whole disorientation between um, regenerations. I just hope we get that with enough with David. Like it can't be clearly we have 3 episodes and it's going to be a 60th, so you can't spend too much time with it. But I want at least a little bit of period, like, why am I wearing these clothes? What would happen to me? What's my name? Those kind of things. Not completely lost, but just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Me too.
Eric.
Yeah. Because I want to know where he says all those lines that he said in the trailer. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. I'm very intrigued what the first scene's going to be as well. Um, but
I started out with seeing Donna right away. That's just my thought.
yeah, we should see Donna.
Donna, like, just living like a little happy life, but then something hits her, like she's thinking of something else. Like, why did I come up with this name for my daughter Rose, or something like that?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna cut back to the doctor sitting on that island. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
More what's?
Rose is going to be a great character. Um, in the 60th.
Yeah.
It could be
Well,
interesting
we
what
need to.
she does. But the second special, Wild Blue Yonder, that's the one I'm probably most interested in because, like, they really don't want anyone to know anything about that special.
Good.
But that's the good thing. I wish they were all like that, to be honest.
What do you think about Neil Patrick Harris, though? Being, guess he's supposed to be the main villain for all three, right?
I would think so. Like, everyone's saying he's the toy maker, but I would love it not to be the toy maker and prove everyone wrong. um, but but I don't think he's the main villain. Like, Russell T Davies is the greatest villain, but I don't think they would show the massive enemy of the whole episode. I don't think they would do that.
Well, it's kind of like, we had an enemy being the great intelligence, but he wasn't a real enemy.
Mm, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who Neil Patrick Harris is and what he does. I think it looks like he's a bit of a circus act. Plays a lot of games with them.
He's got it looks like he's got some kind of mind control going on,
Yeah,
like master mind controls stuff.
it's one of the reasons that Donna can remember. Um, I would think, and who knows, she might have a certain amount of time to have these memories.
I mean, that's the whole thing of the whole story. Like, I still haven't figured out, like, how can she not remember? How can you block that out when you can make an entire human doctor that can have these memories?
Yeah, right. The Doctor didn't have to wipe Donna's memory in the first place.
Or, yeah, right. Well, it's not technically wiped; it's blocked.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well, yeah.
I don't know. We're all say wiped, but it's fine. But I'm thinking, like, she had that one explosion in the end of time.
Yeah. He could have just wiped them memories, like in the Journey's End and Stolen Earth kind of thing.
Or he could just erase that part that she learned that she shouldn't. That's all.
Yeah, you don't have to wipe it all.
Put it on a PDF file. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Upgrade her hard drive.
yeah, put it in a hard drive and that's fine. But I'm very interested because like the last episode is called The Giggle. Um,
Google. Yeah.
that's interesting.
That's an interesting title. If that could be a creepy laugh, it would be a happy laugh.
Yeah, it's what's supposed to be David Tennant's last episode, so
Okay.
um, it's gonna be interesting.
He's not allowed to say I don't want to go anymore.
Yeah, I,
I mean,
I
he's only been, so I'm kind of like, we're good with it. We're good.
yeah, I don't. I think this time he's all right to go. Now he's had 14th Doctor's probably more, I guess.
We say something like that. I just thought of like what you said. Like,
Mm,
I think it's okay if I go now.
yeah, it's
Something
okay
like
to
that.
leave. Yes, it's okay to leave. Um, but yeah, it's going to be interesting, like how it all kind of happens.
Your idea earlier of like all these regenerations the Doctor's going to keep going through. It's like we're not going to see a lot of them on screen, but maybe we will because timey wimey, and that would be interesting to see. I don't. I'm not looking. I'm trying not to look forward to a disappointment if I don't see a certain Doctor. So
Is there
I'm
any that
hoping.
you want to see?
Huh?
Is there any Doctors that you would like to see in there?
Well, I would love to see Chris Eccleston. I would love to see all of them on screen again. Early for Jodie, but I would love to see Peter McCall. But a lot of them said no. It seems like, and you never know. You never know. It's
Yeah,
they're maybe they need more time apart before they come to it. I don't know.
yeah,
Uh, you can't just put them back on screen unless you really have a good reason. That's so just a warp.
it's just like if I was a Doctor, I wouldn't just want to be in a cameo. If I was a Doctor, I want to have a good part to play in it.
Thing
Um,
is, like a lot of doctors are now big stars, and they're not just like Matt's huge and other things. Peter is well, he's done a bunch of other. He's not. He doesn't sound like he wants to do it. Chris Eccleston, he's really stated that he doesn't want to, but he loves to do the audios. He loves that. It's just that he doesn't feel like his doctor would get along with anybody else.
he's probably right.
Oh, he's right. That
His
guy
Doctor
is
doesn't like
mean.
anyone. His Doctor don't like anyone.
He went for some mean phases. Uh,
Yeah,
Not
but
as bad as John Pertwee's doctor though.
I like Nine.
Everybody crap like you're an idiot. He
I like how he is because no Doctor has done screamed like that at Dalek in the rage he was having. When Dalek, I actually watched Dalek today. Um, and that's probably my favorite episodes of his. Hit that and Father's Day are probably my two favorites.
Oh yeah, Father's Day was a great episode. Oh, man, they never. That's one thing that I'm glad that Doctor Who doesn't really have a canon because those bats would be all over the place.
Yeah, like they'll be like, there's been no episode called Mother's Day.
I think wasn't there one.
Well, I think so.
No, there wasn't any. There's been Easter specials anyway, but that was beautifully done. That was our introduction to Peter Taylor or Tyler, Peter Tyler,
Yeah,
and
Peter Tyler.
then
Yeah,
now, yeah, before, and we realized how much of a nice man he must have been to sacrifice for his daughter.
yeah.
That was a great story. It was a great lesson, and we get through these a lot and talk. We just can't. We got to be careful going back and changing the past. If we had a chance to do it, we can't. And you couldn't just make him live because then maybe I forgot how other people wouldn't have lived, and he sacrificed for others, and that was the message behind it.
Yeah, he
You get rickrolled in that episode.
It was a very good episode.
When
Uh,
Rose and Peter are in the car, there's Rick Ashley's on.
yeah, that
I'm gonna
was
get you up.
yeah, that was a good episode. Series 1 was very good of New Who.
Was it good? I just, it was a good. It was good. Yeah.
I liked
I
it
just,
better than Series 2.
well, yeah. Well,
Series 2 was a bit of a roller
uh,
coaster.
I think Rose has relationship issues that we don't talk about. She would be go to like, and it bugged me from the beginning. It's she would say to Mick, "Oh, I'm coming back to you. Don't worry, you're the only guy for me." Well, look at that guy. He's on a spaceship.
Yeah,
That's Rose.
she wasn't very nice to poor old Mickey at the start, but
And I don't think she would be that nice to the doctor either if
no,
they were.
there was times that she was quite selfish. Rose, her character,
Um.
especially with Sarah Jane. Like she was very jealous of Sarah Jane when she in school reunion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Misses and the X.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
call that episode.
yeah. And then she was nice at
They're
the end.
right, and they could become friends. They become like best friends. I feel like we could have got more of that, but that's Sarah was off to her own adventures.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you though, watching that episode Rose, I really feel like they did Mickey wrong, and not just his costume, his makeup, all that stuff. No, that was terrible. But at the end of the episode, what is he doing? He's hanging on like this. I'm like, dude, come on. You're not that. You could be a coward. That's fine for as a character. That was a lot. And I'm like, dude, this. And it
It was
started my.
pretty funny, wasn't it?
It started my dislike for the male companion's writing style for a while.
Hmm.
I thought they did Rory wrong for a while, but looking back, because the focus was all on Amy,
Yeah.
and that's fine. It was Amy's show. She got her own opening sequence for crying out loud. It's her imaginary friend.
Yeah, she was a bit of I did like Rory kept dying all the time. Like
Yeah,
quite
he's got 9 lives. 8 times, so he can't die again.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I don't mind when
fine,
they
but
have them kind of good
I,
stuff.
for the instance, the last episode, I thought like, why didn't Rory pay attention? Like he knew not to read the graveyard, so no, he didn't. He wasn't there for the instructions, not to read into your future and all that. He didn't know that. Like he read it from a book, then you have to do it. He didn't know that he was playing with the baby angels at the time. And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that until my third watch through of it. Like, oh yeah, that's why he didn't do that. That's why he's like, hey, look at this. Oh, I'm dead.
That was pretty funny when they said give them to the babies.
Right? And give him a little matchbook.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
This is pretty scary at the time.
Yeah, yeah, it is very scary. Oh, I think all the Whipping Angel episodes have been pretty good though.
That's one of those episodes. The more I watch it, the more emotionally attached I get. Like, the more it hits me harder.
Hmm.
First time I remember watching it the first time, I'm like, they should. Why aren't they looking at the angels now? And like, yeah, they were. It's just I was overthinking it. It was hard to enjoy it at first. For the second time around, I got what's going on. The third time around, I'm in tears. for the whole thing. It's what marriage is. It's called marriage.
Yeah, that was a very sad episode. I think out of all the companions, that is very sad. That's up with Donna's level of sad. But even though Donna didn't die, but they can easily come back, Amy and Rory. Like, but they could be on in their own planet now, in another dimension or something.
Story wise, they have another kid. They have a kid named Tony who meets their grandpa but he's older than his grandpa. There's a story that story there, and I like that one. They never made an actual full video or anything about it. It's good story. I mean, you see your kids off to an adventure and you say goodbye, and then the door opens and you have a grandson that's older than you. That's basically what happens with Brian. And
I did like Brian.
I love Brian. He's another I'll be proud if he was my dad character.
Yeah.
I feel like Brian could have got more episodes, but
Yeah.
he did his 2 episodes. That was good.
Dinosaur on the Spaceship was a funny one with him in it.
Yes, that was awesome. It was a great dynamic between the three, the Doctor, Mickey, Brian, and Rory. The whole jokes.
Yeah, that was good because
Like, what's the plan? Escape plan. Why escape? We might learn something.
yeah, the start of the episode was really funny. Like
Right.
when he
Light bulb.
gone there.
Wait, find himself in a spaceship, and then the Doctor just knew his name because no one ever said his name until the Doctor said it. That's just probably an edit that they did. But it wasn't a gang until Brian shows up, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, then you think you got the Cube episode with him in it as well.
Yep. That's another simple prop that I made for that too.
Oh,
Just
that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, I could use my Tesseract. The thing about these and that hand, I have to take the batteries out when I'm not using it. Otherwise, it just sits there and drains the batteries.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This guy right here, it's similar light in the other one. It's supposed to be waterproof, but I just had the battery sitting here for 5 minutes once, and it was like burning my hands. It was too hot. I'm like, yeah, that's why. Which I should do that. No, this is fine.
Yeah. Like I got myself like a hand, but like more like the hand that the Doctor was holding in Rose.
Good one. Yeah.
The episode Rose.
Hands goes about here.
Yeah.
That far down.
Yeah.
When you put water in, this thing gets heavy. And
Did you change the water in it sometimes?
oh, I take the water out and leave it out most. I just put it on today.
Yeah.
But I didn't put him over here. I forgot about this guy.
Is that a 14th Doctor?
This is.
Hey, he's got the
He's got
hand.
he's got the here. Got the hand in the jar.
Hand in the jar. Matches.
You can even see the hand if you. I don't know if we can get you on camera. That camera we going for?
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
I'm so very glad I found this.
yeah. It is good. Like I have a Dalek one of them and a Jodie one.
Oh,
Like I have a Dalek. I think that's from Jodie's episode actually. Then I've been wanting to get a David Tennant one, but I can never find them.
so I got this that came with the DVDs for Jodie's era.
Mm. Well, that's pretty
Little,
cool.
she's, and then like Titans Toys got a Weeping Angels.
Mm.
Maybe the next con I'll pick up some more.
Yeah, I always try to get as much Doctor Who things as I can.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice this. Got a little BBC on her boot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't get much Doctor Who stuff in the United States, and you just order it.
Yeah, it can be. Recently, it's been really hard to get merchandise. Like the last with Jodie, not as much as like
Well, yeah, just because you're in the middle of when it's not on the air, you're not gonna get much merchandise.
yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame, but hopefully
We
get some.
selling stuff though.
Hopefully we get some soon, like more frequent merchandise. Because I did get the regeneration set and got them in that. I haven't took them out. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, speaking of with Amy and that, I got a coaster. That one of them.
Yeah.
What else I got? Oh yeah, I got a tiny little canine. I've got a big canine at the back. Yeah, but there, on there
I,
is a teddy bear.
is that the doorstop? No, his head's holding up. Mine's a doorstop. I have him down there. Pick him
Yeah,
up.
I got a Dalek. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I bought this recently. It's like the Dalek from Dalek and all the chains.
Oh, it's one of those. That's from up season one
Yeah,
when he's unarmed.
it's all like can attach there. You can move. Right, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, it's always good to collect stuff that I've Doctor Who.
Yeah. Be careful.
Definitely. Um, but Ryan, before we finish, did you have a favorite quote that you like? Doctor Who.
Well, I love it when the Doctor is faced with a Master and Missy, and he's like, "Winning? Do you think that's what it's about? It's not about winning." And it's basically saying it's just about doing the right thing, whether you win or lose. It's just do what's right. If we fail, we did it.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing because I could read it, say it, but I might get emotional. But
Yeah.
that's a great quote from him because that's kind of his attitude from the whole time. Just Peter's like, I don't care if I win or lose. I'm going to just do what the right thing is and worry about if it works or not
Yeah.
later.
I agree. I don't think it matters about the right thing. But yeah, I think that's a really good quote. With you got Misty and Master as well, so that's a really good one. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed coming on the podcast, Ryan.
It
Talk
did.
about Doctor Who. You're welcome to come back a bit later on. For a group one. When I did a group one and speak to a few people that day, you know. Um, but yeah, to anyone listening and watching, we hope you've enjoyed it as much as us. We can't wait for the 60th anniversary to see what all these free specials are about. But thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
All right.